Hey everybody, how y'all doing? It's me, SuperPaulGames, and welcome back to Expeditions Vikings. Alright, last time we we chased some thieves over there. We didn't find what they had. I don't know if the game glitched, or if we didn't find the right thieves, or if some other thieves got it. I don't know, man. But we're gonna continue to look around and see what we can find. Who are these dudes? Halo, Arnuffel, Alderson. Two traders and a couple of hired gods have made a small camp among some recently felled trees on the outskirts of the hamlet. The near god holds up a hand to stop you as you approach. The man at the campfire stands up to get a good look at you. Declare your intentions. My intentions are peaceful, son. Glad to hear it. You must exercise, our caution. There's something off about this place. It doesn't help that, we're recently one guard down. So you're saying there's something suspicious about this area? Remember, we're here to do some grave robbing. What about this place bothers you, my friend? Just, intuition. It's difficult to describe. Have you met the Goatee? I can't say that I have. He's a friendly enough fellow, yet I find it difficult to trust him. How did you lose your man, sir? The fool saw a pretty face in the hamlet and ran off with her as soon as we made camp, but not to live for it's the scoundrel's name. So he wanted to get some pootie tang? So? The trader nods towards the guard in the back, watching the forest, and once he was gone, the lout over there admitted to knowing that Nautafur is wanted and yelling for theft. Seems he sided with me purely so he could skip town without anyone noticing his departure. All that doesn't really concern me, of course, but he took off wearing a fine hide coat and expensive sword. My fine hide coat and expensive sword. Looks like you've had very bad luck, sir. Aye, that's putting it lightly. Where are you headed, friend? We're 4 days out of Yelling. We're headed to Kattegat. Is there a town of cats? What? With hides and pottery. How about yourself? We're here to visit the burial mound, to pay our respects, not to rob it. Trader frowns. I would be careful who you talk to about that. The people of this place seem very particular about that grave. Interesting. Good luck on your travels, friend. He nods. And I you. What? Alright. I'm not going to offer to help him find his shit, because if we find his stuff, we're going to keep it. You know? It's about time we look out for ourselves. If it's really crappy stuff, we'll bring it back and be like, we're so nice. Who are you, kid? Let's see. Anganti or sons? I don't know who the hell that is, so it doesn't really matter. There's the Goatee. Oddkel the Goatee. The man who meets you as you enter the hamlet is dressed in the plain clothes of a farmer, but a tangled web of talismans around his neck indicates his position in the community. His demeanor is polite but cautious. Greetings, warriors. I'm Oddkel the Goatee. What errand brings you through our small village? We're here to... I would love to tell him it's none of his business, but we're here to visit the grave up on the hill, not to rob it, sir. Oh, indeed. Then I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but that grave is closed under my protection, and that of our community. It is a dark place, like my nether regions, where an ancient king lies buried. In your nether regions? No, in the ground, the burial mound, and the underground ones guard his treasure jealousy. What, elves? Dwarves? Oh wait, no, I want to be careful about that. We do have superstitious followers, and if we start trashing superstitious things, wait, we've come to pay tribute to this king. He smiles, purely out of politeness. For what purpose? So we can rob him? No, wait, so that he might bring us luck on a long voyage. Yeah, that's it. His gaze is vacant in a way that makes you think you might have given him any reason, and his answer would be the same. Oh, a noble cause, worthy of our aid. However, the powers that dwell in the place are not benevolent. Such a thing requires a sacrifice. We have little to offer, though, friend. Even the poorest of men does have one thing to his name, and that very thing is the most valuable sacrifice. My rap skills? The underground ones require life, a human life. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not going to kill my crew. What about slaves? Will thralls do? Oh, of course. And though the life of a thrall is not as valuable as the life of a free man, in such a case, 3 lives may be required. I don't know, this has gotten to a very dark place. Number one, we're not going to say I'm going to stick to just one free man. We're not going to kill anyone in our crew. Even if we had someone in that crew that's annoying, like ass leaver can be at times, we're not going to do human sacrifice of our own. And though we are, we're a Viking, we'll work our slaves to death, they're getting something done. I'm not so sure about human sacrifice. That's too steep of a price, my friend. A shadow falls across his face. What you ask will risk the wrath of the underground ones. If your petition should fail, your punishment will befall my community as much as it will befall you. 1 free man or woman, or the lives of 3 thralls, that is the price to enter the tomb. Pay it or leave. I gotta think about this. The goatee gives no further reply except a stern nod. I don't want to... Look, we only have 3 slaves left. And we want to use them. We want to work them to death to build some improvements. I kind of think maybe the pier isn't what I should have worked on first. Because there's some improvements that will help us get some hides or salvage. Like, it'd be good to get some salvage so we can improve our weapons. So obviously it's because we're purely a humanitarian. It's like, I don't want to murder my slaves to your god, to your spirits, but we'll work them to death. Who are you? A man waves at you as you're walking away from Oddkel. That guy was odd. He appears to be around 20 winters tall, but rather thin. He seems to be making a valiant attempt at stealth. That's the guy right there. Hey, you there, friend of my friend Larson. You sound a lot like Kettle. Don't know what you mean. Don't know at all. Greta? You remember Idis in the previous episode said she remembered a young kid when her and her husband was here like 10 years ago who had a lot of questions? Maybe that's this kid. He stares uncertain at the large, rotund woman. Yes? Oh, of course, you don't remember me. Oh, we only knew each other for a day and you were no older than 10. Were you trying to get our attention? Yes. I saw you talking to my father. Was it about the tomb? Yeah. Alright, don't let him know, even though he's right there. Indeed we were. We want to get an entry into that tomb to pay our respects and not rob them. Did he ask you for a sacrifice? Does this happen a lot, kid? How many people does your town murder? Yes, he did. We have yet to decide whether to take him up on it or not. No, I've already decided, nephew. We're not horrible barbarians that would sacrifice people to gods. You work them to death to build a pier. Sometimes people just go in there without asking. They never come out. Wait, what are you saying? What happens to them? The underground ones keep them. What are the underground ones? Is that like a band? Or is it like the young ones? Because I'll watch that. His foot idly draws a crescent in the snow. Father says they guard the old king's treasure. The only thing I heard there was treasure, sir. You sound like... Wait, kid. You sound like you'd like to find out what's in there. You're working an angle, aren't you? I've always wanted to go in, but Father won't let me. He won't let any of us. I have a feeling you wouldn't go in anyway, but I think you might be a wise negotiator. If you can get the door open, we'll go in and look. If we meet the underground ones, we'll deal with them. They'll be like, I get it, lady. I'm a dwarf. And then we'll kill it and steal its treasure. D&D taught me it's okay. I'm curious, but I'm not stupid. Father would be furious if I let anyone in. Oh no! I didn't think Kettle was gonna talk. You're saying that's not possible, though? Well, you sound just like me. Back to Greta. Greta nods. Father has 2 totems that he lends to people when they need to represent him. If you show the totem to the guards, they'll let you right in. He carries one of them with him at all times. I could get a hold of the other, but it's just not worth it. So we could murder them and do that, but once again, we don't want to murder fellow Vikings. I can make it worth your while, kid. How is that? Fair cut of the old king's treasure? Quarter of what we find? He stares at you through a squint. You can almost hear the wheels turning in his head. Half. Okay, this kid is working this angle. Our sense skill's not really good. We're gonna see if we can get him to come down in price. Don't be greedy, Greta. Greta, whatever your name is. I think a quarter of the treasure is more than fair. You try to show Greta that his contribution to the plan is worth no more than what each of your herdmen will add, but your words are unconvincing and you fail to properly imagine what may actually happen once you're inside the grave. Greta appears thoroughly unconvinced. You're just making most of that up. It's half the treasure, or you can find your own way in. What do? I want to slay this kid right now? That's my... We won't murder Vikings! I'm gonna murder you! Why don't we... We're gonna say yes. If we say yes, though, then we gotta come back and give this shithead half. But I don't want to murder our slaves. Oh, I don't know how I feel about human sacrifice. The slaves probably feel a lot worse about it than we do. Alright, half the treasure is yours. Just get us that dang totem. Meet me at the watchtower north of here in an hour's time, and I'll get you the totem. Don't let me down, kid. The young man nods resolutely and saunters away in the direction of the temple. Astleafer clears his throat. If we need somebody to serve as our sacrifice, that blithering idiot might be a good candidate. That kid? That would be cruel. Nephew gives Astleafer a long look. Besides, surely his father would respond poorly to that. Plus, he has a dreamy voice. Shut up, Kettle. The warrior crosses his arms. Kill him, strip his clothes, cut off his head. Nobody will know. Astleafer, that is horrible. You want to murder this guy's kid, rip off his clothes, cut off his head, bring the body back, and hope he doesn't recognize a birthmark or a scar on his kid's body to get in? This is the first time I've had questions about you, Astleafer. You try to overthrow us, and now you want to murder an innocent kid? I mean, I know he's working an angle, but he's just trying to get his. Everyone is looking at Astleafer like they can't believe what he's saying. The blonde warrior shrugs. It was just a suggestion, though it would be cold-blooded murder. Really? Really? I still find it preferable to sacrificing one of our own. I just told you we're not going to sacrifice one of our own, Astleafer. I mean, imagine that. You know, this crazy goatee guy is like, or gaudy guy, however you pronounce it. His clothes are so gaudy. It's like, sacrifice your slaves or your friend. And Olaf O'Bread is like, no. And Astleafer's like, why don't we murder someone else and give him to him? I just said no to that guy. What are you talking about, Astleafer? You fucking a nut job, bro. I do not approve. Alright, let's keep looking around. What is this here? Some sort of dead guy. Don't mind if I take your knife, sir? Oh, that's it? Why can't we bring this body? It's like all old and frozen. We just sacrificed him, man. Like, that guy's been frozen for ages. Nope, just did it right now. Who are these dweebs? At the sound of branches crunching under your feet, a young man jumps up from the campfire, sword and shield in hand, and challenges you in a voice that is surprisingly gruff for his age. Who's there? My name is Olaf O'Bread, son. What are you doing here in the middle of the woods? The young man relaxes a bit. Oh, I'm not Olafur, and this is Rickfee. We're headed north, and I figured we'd be safer making camp here than out on the road. Oh, you're the guys, the traders down south we were talking about. The ones that are wanted and yelling. Someone might mistake you for game and put an arrow in you if you're not careful, son. His grip tightens around his weapon. Is that a threat? It's just a warning. He snorts. Well, I appreciate the notion, but it would be the last arrow that person ever loosed. Veets Joe missed. I don't know what that means. Is that it? Oh, I shouldn't steal his stuff. Probably could. What's he gonna do, call the authorities? I wonder if we should run back south and narc on him. I don't know. I know he's wanted for something. I don't know what he's wanted from. He's just off starting a new life with this chick. I think we're gonna be cool. We're gonna roleplay it. Like in the RPG sense as of playing a game, you might be like, oh, I gotta do every mission. But like if you ran into a guy like that in real life, wouldn't you just be cool and be like, alright, take it easy, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck about yelling. And by that I mean the town, not, oh my god! Sorry. Ooh, somebody's, hey, Danner! The man tugs his axe from a split log and wipes his brow. He turns to face you idly, or scratching idly at his bearded chin. Ew! Tell me about the area, friend. I don't actually live around here, just come for the lumber. But since you're asking, there's a village to the south. I mostly keep to myself, though. Don't buy into their ways. Anything else I should know? He makes a warning gesture with his hand. Stay away from the barrow. And I assume he means where people are buried, not a wheelbarrow. That wheelbarrow is haunted! Strange rites and odd noises. Anything else I should know, Danner? Remember to rest and sharpen your axe. You can work hard without pause and without rest. But the blade will dull and you will have to work that much harder to reach the same goal. Anything else I should know? The spruce is growing tall and strong this year. Anything else? The boat builder in the cabin north of here is a stand-up sort. He's a bit strange, but he always paid fair and treated me well. Alright, anything else? I think we already know this stuff. You anything valuable on you, bro? What? Nah, and I'm just fucking with you. We're not thieves. Well, we are thieves. We will be when we get to the British Isles, but, you know. I wonder if that shipbuilder can help our boy, what's his name? Topher? Is this the dude? Reagan Faster. Sounds like some sort of diet. A man wearing the leather apron of a woodworker looks up from a cabbage patch and raises his hand in greeting. Hi, go sell travelers. Have you come to commission a boat? You build boats, sir? An almost imperceptible sigh of disappointment. I take that as a no. But that's right, I built the sturdiest, most nimble river boats on the island. Assleaf crosses his arms. But it's 2 miles to the coast. Don't sacrifice him, Assleafer. Oi, but I'm here surrounded by quality timber. Besides, I like the peace of the woods. What of it? How do you sell anything way out here, dude? Oh, I don't see why all this is so important to you, but I'll humor you on the off chance you might actually buy a boat. I have friends in the coastal towns who take the boats off my hands and resell them. Before you ask, they cart them off on carts or, wagons, you see? Apart from that, my boats are just so good, people come out here to buy them. Now, will you be buying a boat or not? Can you tell me about the tomb nearby, good sir? Oh, it's old. Been here longer than me, at least. Lots of people come out here looking for treasure. Never seen anyone leave rich, though. This better not be a tourist trap. We went out of our ways here. Mom's gonna be mad if we wasted all this time for nothing. In fact, a group of men came this way. I don't want to hear about a group of men coming, dude. This is a clean LP. A few days ago, asking about the tomb as well. I don't know if they ended up getting in. Can you tell me about the hamlet and the weirdos down there that want to sacrifice people? Oh, can't tell you much about those folks. I stay clear. Their obsession with the old tomb is unsettling. How do you mean? Oh, talk to them, you'll see. Why do you keep correcting yourself, sir? He gives you an unhappy look. I'm good with words, not with not with words. I did it again. Thanks for your time, sir. If you ever need a boat, you know where to find me. Yeah, great.
Tell me something. How is it that your stews are always so much better than Björk's?
Hey, what do you have against my mother's stew?
Nothing at all. Except that Ida's stews are better.
Yeah, it's true. Your stew is really good, Idis. What do you put in there?
Not about the ingredients. Björkdís doesn't know how to handle a fire pit. Never did. If you're not careful with the heat, meat will dry out like a cow patty in the sun.
Well, I'll never look at stew the same way again.
Damn, I just throwing shade about the other person not knowing how to make stew. This is the watchtower. We will wait for Grettir here. You find a secluded spot and wait a short distance from the tower. Roughly 1 hour later. Grettir's arrival is foreshadowed by heavy footsteps through grass crunching with frozen dew. He approaches quickly with Oddkill's token in hand and an outstretched arm in front of him. I have it! He doesn't suspect a thing. You must hurry before he winks! We could kill him, as Assleafer said, but that doesn't seem honorable. Thank you. We will go at once. He rubs his hands together like an excited child. I'll wait in front of the tomb. When you come out again, good luck. So much for screwing him over and not paying him. Alright, everybody, this is where we're going to end this episode. Next episode, we're going to go in the tomb, see if we can rob from the king, and hopefully we don't run into any elves or dwarves, or... I'm not too worried about elves and dwarves, frankly. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for hanging out.